Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today we're going to talk about one of the most confusing and bizarre groups on all of social media, and that is South Park antis. Now to clarify, they are not people who hate South Park, they are people who base their entire online personality off of South Park while claiming to be a fan of the series while simultaneously hating on things like pro-ship, lolicon, and related themes. Now, if you've consumed any level of South Park content, you know how hilariously hypocritical those sorts of stances are while claiming to be a South Park fan. And today, we're going to look at a couple hilarious examples of South Park antis losing their minds. So this tweet, now hilariously deleted, says, Cartman is a lot of things, but he's not homophobic or transphobic. He'd be a dumb person about it and make jokes, but he's not going to dead name or use the wrong pronouns purposefully towards someone. Yes, this person is expecting tolerance from Eric Cartman, who is literally the embodiment of intolerance, a character that has gone after people based on their race, gender, sexuality, and pretty much anything that can be used to identify a person. If we're power scaling intolerance of fictional characters, Eric Cartman is up at the top, okay? He's like Goku levels of strong in that department. But let's look at what they said. Homophobic. There could literally exist a 10-minute long compilation of Eric Cartman calling people a slur that starts with F and rhymes with maggot. But going beyond that, transphobic. Cartman would never be transphobic or abuse pronouns. If I recall, there is an entire episode dedicated to Eric Cartman abusing the school's bathroom policies by putting a pink bow on his head and calling himself transgender for the sole purpose of using a cleaner bathroom than the boys' room. He does this all the way until the point where they are forced to give him his own special bathroom, and it's all for the sole reason of taking a shit in a comfortable setting. Okay, not only does Cartman not respect pronouns, he will misuse them to his own personal advantage when necessary. Also, just thinking about Eric Cartman in general, I mean, really? You expect tolerance from this character? You know, besides all of the racism, I remember the episode where Eric Cartman faked having a mental disability in a failed attempt to win the Special Olympics. I also remember another episode where Eric Cartman pretended to have Tourette's with the sole intention of being able to say whatever he wanted in a classroom setting with no consequences from his teacher. And that included saying slurs. Like, these people aren't real, dude. How do they believe that Eric Cartman is tolerant? But moving on, there was another tweet that came shortly after that previous one from a Eric Cartman LARP account saying, totally real President Cartman here to tell you that simping over fictional children is effing bad. Fake or not, that's weird, and you should stop now. I hate Keel, but even the Jew doesn't deserve 20-year-old grown-ups hitting on him. I'm Cartman, and I approve this message. And basically saying, stop hitting on fictional children, you weirdos. Yeah, so in general, South Park sexualizes the underage characters very often, okay? But I remember this episode in particular, okay? This is one of the most disturbing South Park episodes, and disturbingly hilarious as well. So, Cartman routinely bullies the character Butters, okay? And in one of his attempts, he has a long-standing routine of inviting Butters over for a sleepover, or various sleepovers, where he would then drug Butters with sleeping pills, and once Butters was incapacitated, he would take embarrassing photos of Butters, including smearing poop on his face, okay? And to up the ante and to take it a step further, in his last sleepover of this kind, to prove that Butters is gay, he takes a picture of himself with Butters' wiener in his mouth, and then shows that to all of his friends, which, by the way, would be distributing CSEM by that person's standards. And of course, they mock him and call him gay, rightfully so for doing that. And they said the only way he could reverse the gayness is by getting Butters to do that to him, where he spends the rest of the episode trying to get Butters to do that to him, where of course it ends with him posting the photo himself to a classroom full of children because he wants to basically beat them to the punch because he thinks his friends are going to leak this photo. So to get past them, he shows it to the entire classroom, where of course he is in big trouble and also gets humiliated. Yeah. And going beyond just Cartman, okay? Like I said, the series does this all the time. There is an episode where the entire purpose is focusing on Ike, the baby, getting routinely R-worded by his teacher, his preschool teacher. They have like various scenes of them in bed together, in the bathtub together. It's pretty disturbing stuff, but honestly, I think it is a very good commentary, that episode, about young male victims of sexual abuse and how people don't take it seriously. I mean, there's like the ongoing joke in the episode that, like, you know, people are jealous of Ike, saying he's lucky for this happening to him, which is very relatable to how real life examples of this are treated. But point being made here, you think Eric Cartman or fans of South Park or fans of that character should be disgusted by lolicon and things like that is completely ridiculous. Number one, lolicon is a body type. It's not an age. But you would be offended by that, but not offended by a baby getting sexualized. Right? Does that make any sense in your head? And like I said, this is a theme that is commonly done throughout the series, where the characters are put in sexual situations. Like, there is no way you could be a fan of South Park or support it in any sort of a way while being against lolicon or other fictional characters being sexualized. Like, there's absolutely no universe where those two things could coexist. These South Park accounts are mind-numbing. They're crazy. And really, they should take the advice of the show's disclaimer and just not watch. I don't understand why there is such a high volume of these South Park antis. I've been noticing it. I've been talking with other people about it for some time now. It is becoming more and more noticeable. This is a growing branch. I don't know if it's like a TikTok problem. I don't know if it's a Twitter problem. I don't know if it's a Tumblr problem. But this is an increasing thing. And most of these people who are doing these things, these South Park antis, they're also kids, which is very disturbing in and of itself. Like, they are putting themselves in a very interesting situation by trying to take a stance against lolicon and bigotry and all of these things, while supporting and LARPing under a account dedicated to South Park, which includes all those themes, if not worse. Okay? Yeah. We need to gatekeep South Park a little bit harder, I guess. I know, like, for many others, you know, I grew up watching this show, and it's unbelievable to me how this whole fandom has shifted. Obviously, the South Park antis aren't the majority, but the fact that they have a strong online presence is baffling to me. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this little peek into the South Park antis. Please share all of your thoughts about today's topic in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.